Why is it called a sandwich? It's one of the most common foods in the world. From simple bread and cheese to massive deli creations, sandwiches are everywhere. But the name sandwich didn't start in a kitchen. It started with a man. And strangely enough, it all began at a gambling table. The word sandwich comes from a real person. John Montague, the 4th Earl of Sandwich, was a British nobleman who lived in the 1700s. According to a famous story, Montague loved gambling and often spent hours playing cards. During one particularly long game, he didn't want to leave the table to eat. So he asked for something simple: meat placed between 2 slices of bread. This way, he could eat with one hand and continue playing with the other. The idea was practical, quick, and surprisingly convenient. Soon, other players at the table began ordering the same thing. They would say,
"I'll have the same as sandwich."
And just like that, a name was born. But here's the interesting part. John Montague didn't actually invent the sandwich. People had been putting food between bread for centuries. In fact, similar foods existed long before the 1700s. In the Middle Ages, people often used thick pieces of bread called trenchers to hold meat or vegetables. These pieces of bread acted like edible plates. Once the meal was finished, the bread could be eaten, or sometimes given to the poor. Even earlier civilizations had similar ideas. Flatbreads were commonly used to wrap meats and fillings in places like the Middle East. So the concept of bread holding food was not new at all. What Montague did was something different. He gave the sandwich its famous name. After the story spread, the sandwich quickly became popular in England. It was simple, portable, and easy to eat. By the late 1700s, the word sandwich was appearing in English cookbooks. Soon, the idea spread across Europe. As the British Empire expanded, so did the sandwich. Different cultures began creating their own versions. In France, baguettes were filled with meats and cheeses. In Italy, panini became popular. In the United States, the sandwich evolved into countless forms, from club sandwiches to burgers and deli sandwiches. What started as a convenient snack became one of the most versatile foods in the world. Today, sandwiches are eaten in almost every country. They can be simple or incredibly elaborate. Some sandwiches contain just a few ingredients, while others are stacked with meats, vegetables, sauces, and cheeses. There are even famous regional sandwiches around the world. For example, the Philly cheesesteak in the United States, the banh mi in Vietnam, and the croque monsieur in France. Each one reflects the culture and ingredients of its region. But no matter how different they are, they all follow the same basic idea. Food placed between bread. What makes the sandwich so special is its simplicity. It's easy to make, easy to carry, and endlessly customizable. That's why it became a staple food for workers, travelers, students, and busy people everywhere. In many ways, the sandwich was one of the first true fast foods, a meal designed for convenience. And it all traces back to a nobleman who didn't want to stop playing cards. So the next time you eat a sandwich, remember, the name doesn't come from the food itself. It comes from a man, the Earl of Sandwich. And thanks to him, one of the world's simplest meals got a name that would last for centuries.